welcome to another edition of Northern Heat. And today our special guest is Erica Lynn Scott. How you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
And you?
So thanks for coming in, Erica, because one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about a little bit is that as a young professional, and you told me a while ago that you grew up here and
Never left.
never left. Yeah, so what were the things that attracted you as a young professional to stay here and want to make a living here?
One of the biggest things was that if you could get your education here at a considerably lower cost and not have debt, then that was a huge plus. So that's what we did. I got my accounting degree here. And then after that, just the cost of living, I bought my first house, put an offer when I was 19, closed when I was 20 years old. And you can't do that in other cities. I had a mortgage payment of $300 and I had a nice bungalow with a 2-car garage. And why would I go elsewhere if I can have that and have a different lifestyle here than I would have elsewhere?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to buy a house at 19 living in Toronto.
No, you would not. even in general across Canada, the pricing is very different. So it was just a no-brainer for me. It made sense.
Okay, so you've transitioned. You've done a number of different things in Bathurst already, and now you're basically selling real estate.
Yeah.
And under the banner Erica Lynn.
Yeah.
And so if anybody sees that, that's you. That's
It's
out
me,
there.
yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the fact that, and I want to kind of tie this in because I think that that we have an opportunity in Atlantic Canada to start talking about our bubble and how safe that we are. And there's all kinds of stuff being announced that Atlantic Canada is one of the safest places in North America to live in now. Because we've got 4 provinces that have been able to open up, right? Whereas other places, the numbers are still climbing and ours are not moving very much.
Exactly.
So are you seeing an influx of people from outside coming into our region?
So we are seeing more people coming into our region, and I mean, we're definitely still taking our precautions. They have to do their 14 days quarantine before they can come in, and we have all the procedures for when we're going into houses. But there's definitely a lot more than there was in the past. I wouldn't say it's our only buyers, but we do still have more than we would have seen last year.
So what would be your sales pitch? If it's a local person, you don't have to talk about the region, but I'm sure that you do talk about the region when it's somebody from outside. So what are some of the points that you bring up that are attractive?
So one of the biggest things that people like is actually the nature outside. So we have the woods, we have rivers, we have the beach, we have Y'all Hall is amazing. They clean the beach. You couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah.
And then we also have our downtown. There's shops all downtown. There's restaurants. You can go get pizza. There's all kinds of nightlife now that there wasn't before. So we have the bars, the breweries. We have access to everything here. So you include all that with the different price points that we have here compared to the rest of Canada, and there's no reason someone wouldn't want to live here. We have everything you need to be sustainable and to be able to have a nice life, and you have it at a fraction of the cost.
And the fact of being sustainable, and you mentioned a while ago too when we were talking offline that land.
Yes, so we have land a lot more than most places do. Our property sizes are a lot bigger. If you even look us compared to the rest of the province, when you buy a home here, your piece of land that your house is on is typically larger than it would be elsewhere. And that's a huge draw for people, especially if they're used to living downtown Toronto and you're coming here. Well, the fact that your neighbor isn't directly on you is obviously interesting, right? So
and pretty attractive.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And it really helps for social distancing. It really helps for a lot of things to make sure that you keep that space.
Exactly.
So again, I want to thank you very much for coming in this morning and doing this interview, so that we can actually have an opportunity to talk about this and to demonstrate and to prove that there are houses available, there's land available, there's for people that are from outside to look at, we're an attractive place to come and live.
We definitely are, and I mean our market is doing really good. It's picked back up, and it's picked up more than what it was pre-COVID as well, which is wonderful. So there's definitely not a bad time to buy or sell in our area. So.
Well, that's really good to hear. So there we are, another edition of Northern Heat for this week. Want to thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing this and getting that story out. And at the same time, for Erica, turning on the heat and putting the heat in Northern Heat.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.